and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us again for another edition of STAXX.CLUB Live, doing a little holiday special, pre-New Year's Eve celebration. I got all kinds of stuff to go through. Mayor is MIA, so we had planned on doing a lap around MATIC tonight. And Mayor just recently let me know that he wasn't going to be able to join us tonight. So he's going to be in the chat, and I can still do anything, on the MATIC, layer 2 questions, field all that stuff if you guys have any of that. Because I know some of our viewers and people in the club were interested and definitely, like picking the Mayor's brain. But we still have a ton of other stuff to go through tonight as well. So we're going to make rounds. We're going to make rounds around the internet. I appreciate you guys all for joining. Take a deep breath. These NFT Tuesdays, I like to do kind of more chilled out streams. I know you guys have busy day jobs, and if you're, in the Eurozone, it's early in the morning. If you're, in the United States on the west side or west coast now, it's early afternoon. On my time, it's about 9 o'clock. So this is like a good time for us to kind of take a deep breath. Market's down a little bit today. We're going to take a look at some charts. If you guys want to look at any symbols or anything in particular, you know how this goes. We like to keep these things very informal. And obviously this is the mess that is Bitcoin right now. We'll take a look at that. And again, it's not a mess. It's actually got quite a bit of structure. We've been talking about this for the last several weeks. The last time we actually streamed was like November, and we basically just said, hey, everybody, chill out for a few weeks. Let's watch it. And then we got this big nasty candle. What happens, here on out as this, price range consolidates? We're just going to have to watch and see. But, as far as I'm concerned, this weekly is kind of what we've been watching. It's what I like to watch. It's a little bit less noise than a daily or a 4-hour kind of scenario situation. And it still looks like we have some consolidation, to go through here. Now, this is just kind of just basic looking at relative strength. We don't really have, any VIX fix looking like a bottom right now. The money flows out here in no man's land. We're not sure if that's really a down or up, just kind of in the middle floating. And then, squeeze momentum is what we look at to kind of see where the momentum is going, whether or not it's down or up, or favors longs or shorts, right? So anytime your squeeze momentum is kind of heading towards the downside, the momentum is still heading down, right? So your momentum, your squeeze is squeezing longs into, more of, you want to call it short positions, but that's basically all it is. Hunting stops as they do. And a lot of actually algorithms and trading applications are built to hunt stops. It's not just people, out there looking to grab stops and bust people on high leverage trading. It's a lot of computerized cat and mouse games and stuff now. So if you have any questions about that, love to talk about that kind of stuff. And it's not fantasy world, guys. Trading is very automated. It's not just crypto either. All the markets, not just high frequency trading, but the majority of trading, I'd say 90, maybe even 90% of it now is just some sort of bot or program or algorithm, something that, someone has executed that can not only trade faster than humans, but can recognize market, characteristics and data and things faster. And that's a trend that's not going to, go away, right? That's just going to be more and more prevalent as the future unfolds and we get more and more automated. So if you're scared of that, you might want to go to church. Seriously, nothing to be scared of. Just understand, kind of understand that, right? Understand that computer programs and algorithms, a lot of which you can learn, basic skills and fundamental tools to kind of understand why, things like mean reversion happen, like why we say, hey, look at this pattern several months ago, right? I mean, this is, you're talking about 12 weeks, 13 weeks. I think this run up was, look here, the last time we consolidated, right? We reached a price that was kind of rejected, if you want to say that. And now, we bounced hard off of 40K and we're consolidating. We don't really know what the price is right now. And that's what consolidation is, right? It's going to chop, it's going to bounce back and forth. And you can expect the unexpected, and you can expect people to get real, desperate and bearish down here. And then, oh, buy the dip, and it's like, well, you don't really know that yet, right? Let the thing unfold, take a deep breath. If you're trading short term, it might not be a great time to be doing that. If you're long term, who cares, right? You're just dollar cost averaging or doing whatever you normally do anyway. But our club members have a wide variety of interests and trading interests, and we support a lot of traders and investors all across the world. So if there's something we can do for you, if you have a question or you like seeing something or you want to look at something, again, these are more fun when they're interactive. We're going to keep this short and sweet tonight. I know that, people are on vacation. I don't want to go on and on and on about markets as well. But, obviously we follow this very closely. So if we can help you, kind of make informed decisions, then we're happy. So again, thanks for everybody for joining. Appreciate all the feedback and comments and questions. Got a lot of Telegram. Jump in our Telegram if you're not in it too. We kind of finally figured out how to use our coin kit to do NFTs, giveaways in there and avoid some of the bots. So we're going to have some more fun with that. We do have a NFT drop that only has 11 left. So if you're interested in going out and checking out our new drop, if you've followed our drops or our club, that we don't make many drops. Now we are definitely going to expand on that, but we only do high quality stuff, right? And this is a new setup within a bunch of artists that we're going to work with. Some will be incognito that just want to have some fun with NFTs and not kind of have the pressure of the names or companies or stuff involved. So this one turned out marvelous. If you want to go check it out on the template, feel free to do so. But we went down to Miami Art Week, and we're still working on a couple of videos and some media that's going to come out from the Miami crypto experience that we were a part of down there. But this NFT is badass. It's got the water background, the breeze in it, this is like what we were talking about, like vibes, right? Like this is like a 3D feel to this NFT. It makes it live, it makes it more personal. And there's a really nice description again if you want to check this out. We're gonna have a lot of fun with these drops, but again, there's only 11 of these left, and they're 2 wax each, so probably not gonna get any cheaper. Our hologram members, the people that own our STAXX.CLUB hologram, we will be sending that one out as a drop, as a holiday gift for a November drop as well. And we have something planned for New Year's as well. So if you don't hold our hologram, get one. Got to blend 10 of our promos to grab one of those. If you have any questions, go scroll out to our website. There's a post out it. Let me take a deep breath. This is a wheel that we're spinning for 25 wax. This came from our Goldmann STAXX Twitter page. So go ahead and shill that out there. Make sure you go follow us on Twitter, please. Appreciate all the button presses, especially on YouTube as well, as we grow on this channel. That's new as well. But again, the outpouring of support, we really appreciate it. It's all been awesome. If you want to get in on this NFT, make sure you do so. The wheel spin was just from us doing our normal wax shilling. We like to do more interactive stuff with our community. We do that on Telegram a lot and Discord as well, but sometimes we like to do that on Twitter. So basically all you had to do is go in here and hit hashtag WaxStax to join. And that was it, right? So anybody that hashtag WaxStax, we grabbed your Twitter profile and loaded up into a wheel, and we'll get that spun here for 25 wax. We are going to reach out to people via DM. You get 24 hours to claim. So As soon as we spin this wheel, we'll pick one winner. It'll be the 25 wax eligible. We'll DM you and tag you on Twitter. Got 24 hours to get back to us in some way, shape, or form with a valid wax wallet address. We're not going to give this one out with the bot when we do a little bit, larger prizes like that. We want to make sure that we're getting a live person and not just, people spamming. So that is the skinny on that. What else? I mean, gosh, we got all kinds of stuff going on in the markets. But I did want to talk about curio cards for a minute. I did kind of FOMO into another Lisa that seems to be moving. Again, I don't know if this is the in and out trends. Ethereum maybe kind of, I don't want to say dipping, but it's stagnant right now. Everything's kind of found this range. We're not really sure, what's going on right now as far as price action goes. I hate to call this a downtrend, but there's really no other way to describe it, right? It's downward price action. So that's what I'm going to call it. I know the FBTC chart looks great and everybody was calling for, 5,000 ETH a few weeks ago and 10,000 by the end of the year. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're just going to keep it real. And that's what we do in this club. So we're going to keep it practical and keep eyes open at all times. The 618 level on Ethereum from the very top to this run, which is, the sweet spot. 618 levels are always the sweet spots in retraces, would be down here, more in the 3K range. If that scares you, again, don't be scared, be prepared. So, that would be a great buying opportunity in my opinion, possibly. But again, downward momentum, same kind of look. Money flow seems to be, kind of tilted upwards. This weekly candle, or bounce, but clearly, we've returned back to that price. And, again, I'm not trying to scare anybody or sound negative or bearish. That's not what I am. I'm definitely not bearish on crypto. This is more of just a short-term kind of neutral warning. Like, hey, there might be further consolidation here over the next couple of weeks. Don't be surprised, if we come down here and test some supports. With that being said, when Ethereum seems to be going down in price, it seems to be like almost like clockwork that some of these NFT projects start popping a little bit. Most of the larger projects I don't want to say larger, but more popular projects, some of the more popular projects on OpenSea have seen a lull in the last couple of months in NFT prices. But not only that, it's volume, stuff that's traded. I don't know that that's limited to just Ethereum per se. It's been like, I think all the markets pretty much have been, I don't want to say hit, but just a little lighter, a little less volume, a little more stagnant, a little less movement as say there was 3 or definitely 4, 5, 6 months ago when things were really popping. All this stuff was fresh. But again, the news is still, corporations are coming in, big money's coming in. Adidas had their launch. You can go buy an Adidas NFT now. I mean, that's Adidas originals into the metaverse, right? This is not a dream. Stuff's really out there. Again, I don't even know if this is the right project I'm looking at, but this was this drop that you could mint. Very interesting, right? And we've been talking about that for a long time, right? Like pretty much every company on planet Earth is going to want some kind of NFT offering or cryptocurrency or something to keep up with the times, because the centralized credit card miles, they just aren't doing it anymore. They're not what's in, they're not what's exciting. NFT, is a buzzword now, right? And even if you're not into cryptocurrency, people are talking about it, what those are, what that means. And I don't get too bent out of shape when people are bashing stuff, because a lot of times they just don't really understand things, right? Here's a curio cards, for example, right? I own 2 of these now. I'm full disclosure, I plan on flipping one and keeping one forever. You know, and I don't know what price I'm going to end up flipping at. We'll just have to follow along here. You can see these were trading at over 2-3 Ethereum at one point. I didn't sell, you know, I literally just kind of hung on to them. But I love this project. We interviewed these people. You know, if you want to go watch our YouTube video with Travis and those guys, I mean, that was just an amazing experience. I'd like to have them back on, actually. It's a good point to write that down. I hit those guys up to kind of see what they're all up to. Amazing crew, great community, real people doing real things. But this project's old, you know, 2018, 4 years doesn't really seem like that long, but in crypto time, that's like, you know, it's like decades, right? So this is one of the very first art projects that was minted on Ethereum that makes it blue chip, and still one of the fewer to be shilled and, you know, lesser popular in my opinion than a Punks or a Bored Apes. So, you know, maybe that's some value. There are, you know, more of these items, and a lot of the holders are still some of the original holders that have been holding them for 4 years. But, you know, market volume picks up and these whales start moving in and churning this stuff up. You know, these prices can jump up pretty quick. So not financial advice, obviously, but we're looking at this this painting here, right? So this is one of the curio cards in the set. Again, if you want to go through the whole detail of the curio card set, go check out our YouTube video. It's actually the featured one on our page right now. A couple months back, that was a great session. But what we're actually looking at, get to the point, Biff. What we're actually looking at here, you know, could be, I don't want to say is, as far as we know right now, this is the first, right, painting of a Mona Lisa minted on the Ethereum blockchain, right? Does that make it significant? Sure, I think so. I mean, it's an art project, right? It's the first, you know, Mona Lisa, right? They call them clean Lisas now, which is just kind of cool. Does that, you know, does that impress everybody in the world? Of course not, right? But this is kind of the eye of the beholder thing, right? So obviously I appreciate the art and the Mona Lisa and this project, but it goes beyond that, right? Like if you're looking for value in something like this, it's almost like you're buying the part of history, right? And the history is the Travis story, you know, the story about how they got together, how their friends did a meetup in San Francisco, you know, got the idea to actually try to mint things on ERC20s and create these NFTs that did not exist. There was nothing for them back then, you know, open seas to create and mint tokens or mint NFTs or designs or artwork, right? They made all this stuff themselves. They were pioneers. They created an entire system, you know, to issue these out. I mean, literally, it's mind-blowing to me to think like how they did all this stuff in 2018 with zero tools and built all this themselves. And I know that Rhett Clausen, you know, had a big part in that as well. I would love to, you know, learn more about that guy or buy him a beer sometime if he ends up watching this. But man, you know, I love historical things when we're talking crypto now, because it's cool to see how we got here. You know, how the hell did I end up in this chair? Like, talking about cryptocurrency and involved in all the projects that we're involved in right now and the big plans that we have for our community and the projects that we're in and, you know, what we want to do in the future. You know, these were the building blocks, right? Like the NFT movement started in places like these and Punks and, you know, Bored Apes too. But, you know, I loved the historical aspect of this, and maybe that's just my, you know, the nerd in me coming out. But any questions about any of that, let me know or let us know, or go out to Curio Card's website. You can also jump in the Discord. Again, awesome people, super awesome project. You know, here's their page. Here, let me go shill them. Go out there and check it out if you want. The whole collection is out there. Chronological order. You can search them by artists. And a couple of graffitis as well. Robeck World. You know, it's all sorted out and nice and neat. And you can also do about the project here. Kind of get a quick overview. Follow them on Twitter. You know, hit those socials, guys. Don't be afraid to reach out to those guys. Definitely, you know, jump in their Discord too. It's a cool server. And that is my curio card shilling. What else am I looking at right now? Full disclosure, I'm not going to show you like what I'm looking at, but the other thing that I want for our collection, and I guess I'm more of like a curator now, but is a Chipto. I desperately want one of these, and I've wanted one since we talked to Gapper Art, you know, way back when, looking at this project. This is just one of my favorites. It's stuck in my brain. I have some favorites in here that I'm going to start making some stinky offers on, but hopefully I can get one of these in the collection too, because I love this project. If you're not familiar with Chiptos, these are kind of a throwback or a tribute, if you want to say, to CryptoPunks. But these are actually built with real boards and real computer parts and real wires and rendered 3D images, which is a great story as well. They were literally blowing up the first computers they had because of the graphics power it requires to render this level of detail in an NFT. It's just beautiful. I mean, these are just gorgeous. And again, if you are into NFTs or you've been paying attention or been around a while, there's a huge disparity between stuff that people are throwing on just to mint on certain places and stuff like this. And that's not my opinion, right? That's just, there has to be some benchmarks that we put in. And when you know what you're looking at here, you know that some time went into this thing, right? Like this iridescent board is gorgeous. You can see through it. The amount of detail, right? In just every level of this NFT, the little tiny engravings in the board, right? Like little, every time you look at one of these, like you can just find something else in it. And the traits and everything that they have on these are super cool as well. The other awesome part, if you're into rarity, is there's only 512 of these, right? So you're one of the 512, and that's what they actually call themselves, which is kind of cool as well. The 512 is just it's a cool name. I'd love to have one of these orange boards or the alien boards they call them. You'll go out here and you can actually sort these by board. Or by eyes, forehead, head, lighting. All of the different characteristics have different percentages of rarities or percentages of on the available 512. Again, I'm looking at a couple of these in particular, but if you have any questions about this or this project, definitely let us know. And you definitely want to follow these guys and jump in their Discord. They are gearing up for the next phase, another launch of some really badass looking NFTs. If you're one of the holders of these, I believe you get mint priority. So, if you're thinking about taking a leap into Chiptos, the train might be leaving on that one soon. I don't know. Let's go see what the floor is on these things. I think it was right around 1 Ethereum. Now again, that doesn't mean the price is the price. So the mayor has taught me, some of these things. If you want to kind of make some bids or move around or not pay Ethereum gas fees, you can use wrapped ETH, right? And start making bids on some of these things and let somebody else pay the gas fees. That is an option. You can also kind of look to see who's holding what. Maybe somebody with several of these is a little bit more apt to taking a lower bid and freeing up some liquidity or taking an offer, rather than somebody who only has one and that's the only damn thing in their wallet. Or maybe that's the only damn thing in their wallet, and you also see 9,000 ETH. Like, maybe they don't need it. So there's again, there's little tips and tricks and secrets you can do when you're in the blockchain arena, and shopping NFTs or trading NFTs or trying to flip them or trying to make offers on stuff. So we can help you with that stuff. Let us know. Again, Chipto's awesome project. Don't be afraid to check that out. I will have one of those someday. Mark my words, I will have one of those someday. That's all I really wanted to talk about on OpenSea. If you guys want to look at anything, or if you have any questions about any other stuff, let's see what we got going on in our chat here. Yeah, no, some of the same stuff that we'll do on MATIC, we'll just wait. We'll wait for the mayor to jump on the next time, and then I'll just actually log into MetaMask, and we'll go do some quick swap and actually mess around with some of the MATIC stuff so that people can see it. I think people don't really understand MATIC yet. It's weird. They just kind of see, or hear things about layer 2, but not really understand what it is. And I'd like to go through the motions and kind of show it. It's actually pretty simple if you're using a MetaMask wallet, which I don't have on this browser. If you're using a MetaMask wallet, though, I mean, logging into MATIC's just as easy as it is logging into Ethereum. You just have to kind of know that you're jumping onto a different network, and if you want to bridge some Ethereum over to MATIC, it's going to cost you a gas fee to do it. But once it's over there, it's there, right? You don't really have to mess with it after that. So it's not that difficult. And it makes it a lot easier to transact small transactions in MATIC because you're just not paying those ridiculous gas fees. MATIC, I know I'll butcher. I really wanted to look at the mayor's charts because, man, he's all over MATIC. But here's the general idea of this, right? We made new all-time highs on the USD pair. Looks like it topped out around $3. $2.92 is the very tip top on this Binance chart. Obviously, still an upward trend. The initial retest of, I don't know, the very tip top, if you want to call it that, at 270 looks like it was failed. So maybe we might be going back down to find some of the support on this diagonal. These are just lines that we draw. If we look at the USD pair from a weekly standpoint, obviously this has been quite a run up. So, might be due for a little consolidation. Don't be scared about that kind of stuff. The BTC chart looks very similar. Again, had a great run up. Sometimes when you make these runs up, you need to back check your price and do a little consolidation. Looks like it already kind of made support, in the previous high here on the BTC chart. So BTC has been, again, we talked about struggling today, but the last few days, it's actually been, broke out, if you want to say, of this downward. That actually looking more like a 4-hour trend. So if you kind of, zoom in a little bit, you can kind of see this on more of a 4-hour level. Here's our overall, right? So let's zoom out. Here's what I like to do. Zoom out, like look at your weekly, right? Here's your weekly. Here's your overall. And the weekly is always going to have more, damn it. The weekly is always going to have more weight. So I always like to start there, right? If you draw your very top line, your first and second candle there, it magically ends up here. I didn't even do that on purpose. It literally just painted this candle and dropped it down there. Now, is that hit overhead resistance and that's magic? Right? It's just a line. But you gotta, kind of add the factors together, right? for one, right? Let's go backwards. Let's go backwards in time. Again, historical performance, not necessarily, gonna tell us what's gonna happen in the future. However, this is a very similar looking pattern, isn't it? Right? Now, this run up came from a different spot, right? So, we were down here in the 13K range. And that retrace happened to be at the 618 level as well. It's a beautiful thing. We can go look at those if you don't trust me. But this is our new cycle, right? Here's our new cycle trend, bang, up, right, from here. So here's where we start, right? Here's where we start. Now, if you look at this and you look at this, here's our initial dump, right? Here's our initial dump. We made support and it went back down here and tested it. And that's why I've been saying, and what, but we've been saying, please be patient. There might be some additional consolidation or chop. And when BTC is chopping, sometimes altcoins don't perform very well. Now, I will say that it looks like things have held up pretty well for the most part. Some things have taken a dip. Some things that were way up have taken 50% dips in the USD prices, but when things are finding support, they look pretty decent right now. Again, I don't make bear market calls or bull market calls or anything like that. I just look at what's in front of me, and that's what we do. I'm starting to warm up to the idea that this 618 level 40K is going to hold. We've been talking about it for several weeks. Like, we might do one of these, right? Come down here and go test that one more time, or do a little dip, and that support breaks and 40K breaks, and then everyone thinks that we're going down to 29, and then it doesn't, right? That could happen. I could definitely see that happening. But I'm talking a lot, so stop me if you guys want to. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going here and kind of speak my mind. I love getting these things on video and then watching them afterwards. It's definitely made me a better analyst, so don't be afraid to make mistakes. And again, it's not about right or wrong, right? If you're a good analyst, you're using charts to tell a story and, trying to paint a picture, right? It's not about right or wrong. Don't think about it right or wrong all the time. Think about a system that works best for you. This particular template works great for me. And it's something that I've been using in crypto for a long time because I can apply it to basically any coin, any situation, anytime. I only work on 4-hour time frames and up. I don't do, anything short term really at all. I don't do much day trading at all. But if I did, I might look at a 15-minute for like an entry and a 4-hour. I like to, play the long game, right? And since I've been dollar cost averaging the last couple of years, it's just made my life so much less stressful and, not have to worry about some of these things. And I can focus my attention elsewhere, expanding projects, working with artists and NFTs and our media company. And doing the year in reflection, which I need to actually sit down and write some stuff up. It's wild, right? Just absolutely wild. Me sitting here thinking about what we've actually done in this year. I've been an asshole to a lot of people too, and I've gone through my own stuff this year. It's just been one hell of a ride, and I don't, I know I've got some a lot of things to be thankful for and a lot of people that deserve a lot of praise and thanks and don't get enough of it. So I hope you guys are hearing this, all of you guys at Golden Stacks and all of my friends and love is Nathan and the whole bro crew and, basically, everyone that I've met in the last year. I just want to say thank you, the STAXX crew, everybody that has come and those that have gone, right? It's a revolving door, right? Like this is a club. We've even seen a lot of people come and go. But I know that we will not be going anywhere, right? This is going to be a permanent thing. This is where I've made a home. I love doing this. I'm very passionate about a lot of things, but it's not just cryptocurrency, keep telling people like get out of the mindset of calling these things coins and get into the mindset of checking things out. Like, go out to our website and look at the games, right? You can play Minecraft now and get paid if you want to go out and uplift. Um, the whole engine, movement has kind of stalled a little bit because of Ethereum gas fees, but then they're making their own layer two. And they're gonna have, solutions for low cost transactions and gas fees. But go out there and play these games yourselves. We need to get uplift added on here, and I will do that immediately. But even NFT people I watch, like, they grab a network and they just stick with it, and they're like, I guess it's okay to just stick with one token. And if you love something and you're passionate about it, you're working in projects and you don't want to branch out or experience other things, that's great. But man, I can't imagine doing that right now for me personally. I mean, like, the mayor is obviously like a hardcore, Ethereum MATIC layer 2 expert, right? And he is just an infinite resource when it comes to everything MATIC and layer 2. And then we have a whole separate, like crew, if you want to call it. It's totally on wax, right? And like, a lot of their stuff is on wax, and a lot of I mean, we're actually making a token on wax, which we have an announcement coming up next year, kind of like a roadmap that we want to set up, with some new cool interactive things. But now you got, like, we just did a show with the Eagle guys and Elron, and that is a beautiful network that runs very well. If you haven't been able to, or you're not watching us on YouTube right now, man, get out there. Please push those buttons. We need more subscriptions. So this is a new channel. It's always a little arduous to get things up and running. But we're here for the grind, right? So Eagle did a special on that. Oh God, those guys are amazing. Going through the Midas and looking at, everything on the collections from artwork. That was eye opening in a lot of ways too. And if you haven't messed with Elron or on the Mayor wallet, it's really slick. It's really nice. It actually reminds me of Wax in a lot of ways. And I think, that by going in and experiencing other things, it kind of opens your eyes. Like, even if you're in a project, right? Like, go experience another network, or how somebody else is doing a video game, or, trend analysis, or creating a club, or whatever it is. Go watch somebody else. Maybe you'll pick up some ideas for your own project, or your own NFTs, or your own businesses. What I do notice is, that trend of being small business friendly. And a lot of these are also being gateways, like pass-throughs to United States dollars, which, we can debate about. Might be good, might be bad, in different ways. But I definitely would like to see more of these corporations actually holding on to some of this cryptocurrency, especially Wax, rather than just using it for gateways to United States dollars. But again, this is all very early, guys. So nobody knows how all this stuff is gonna shake out. I'm from the school of logic. I will go look at the Wax chart here. I think it's trading around 50 cents. So that's a pretty ugly looking diagonal there. But again, if you draw the diagonal at the very top, and then you kind of watch things underneath it, it gives you a good idea of when you're going to get that true breakout. So even if this diagonal really, doesn't need to be that severe, like break it down to a daily level, like you probably draw something like this, right? If you draw that top line at the very top, you're never going to get faked out, which is something that the mayor and I actually just kind of decided one day, and it's actually helped me out quite a bit. So let's go look at the Bitcoin chart. You can kind of draw that long line there. If you want to use this point here, that might be a good one to use. We'll drill down a little further. But there's a few lines that we can look at here. And again, you know, one of the lines, if you're looking at this daily chart, could have been something like this, right? And these are just trend lines, guys, so don't get mad at them or, you know, have expectations. You could draw it kind of like this, right? So like maybe this was the downtrend. It's been retested now, and we're retesting it again, right? Sure. It's a fair line. Is it right? Is it wrong? You decide, right? Be Bob Ross, you know. Don't be watching other people, especially these engagement accounts on Twitter. I just want to barf. I get so mad, right? And then I end up ranting and spitting and just, you know, it's just it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that, you know, that people still have to make money in this industry by putting out content that is just absolute garbage. But until the consumers, you know, demand better quality, that's just going to continue. So it's, you know, it's our job to put quality content out there, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, and more people will enjoy consuming it. You could draw a channel like this, right? Everything kind of below it, maybe. Sure, why not? And say this was a deviation. You know, now we're continuing this downward channel. Why not? Right? You could also zoom in here a little further and say, well, this is kind of a neckline breakout, right? Sure. Pretty nice looking breakout, you know, retest. This is zoomed in a little bit further. I would still do it like this, but whatever. It broke out, and then the daily momentum took us up to the neckline, which is right around 52K, and now that is definitely solid resistance. So the next time we go back up to that level up here, we're going to find out. I actually said something yesterday, you know, to our group internally. Like, we're going to find out about this rally yesterday, and we found out about it, didn't we? Again, not trying to be bearish, right? I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm just trying to be realistic. And if I'm realistically looking at this consolidation versus the last one we had, you're down here, right? If you're looking at this one versus that one, and again, it might not be historical performance, but damn, doesn't that look fucking eerily similar? So here's, you know, here's where you would be right now, right? So, you know, maybe we go down here, right? What's wrong with that? Nothing. If we bounce down here at 40K and go party on, life's good. You know, just know that, you know, if we go down there to 40K, that might mean ETH is down at sub 3,500, you know, or might taking you a dip, right? Go back to your ETH chart. Look at the sweet spot. Well, the 618 line is at 2,900. Is that the end of the world? Guys, this run is from like literally 400, right? And we're mad about, you know, some sort of temporary local top here at 4,800. I mean, that's how crazy this run has been. And I think, you know, how unrealistic expectations have got. You know, this is almost a 2-year run now, guys. So again, I don't even think this is the end. I think this is just a speed bump, you know, further consolidation, something that's going to end up looking like this eventually. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll wait and see. We'll play what we get, right? Don't be scared. Be prepared. It's a good looking chart, though. Again, all of this is pretty classic looking, right? So, people always want to know when's the bottom, blah, blah, blah. Bottom hunters. This is not the bottom hunter episode of STAXX.CLUB Live. However, you know, I am an analyst, so I do what I can. We do what we can. So if I want to make predictions, right, which was what, 2 to 8 weeks, 3 weeks ago, and people got mad at me then, which I'm used to, but you know, I don't do this for the peanut gallery. We do this for all of us, for all of our benefit, including me. I am making decisions on this too, right? So I've been very public about that. I'm moving in and out of a little paper ETH in Bitcoin, which is moving in and out of Grayscale Trust. So when I'm ready to move back in, I'll let you know. But I'm not there yet, and I'm not doing any sort of leverage trading or day trading. So I'm just kind of chilling right now. It's been nice. Went to the beach, enjoyed Miami Art Week. That's what I've been doing. God, it sounds awful to say it that way, but literally I've been hanging out at the beach for the last 3 weeks. So sue me. Actually sue Golden STAXX. Hey, we have a good time, right? Oh shit. So let's get serious here. Count them out, right? All right. So here's our nasty candle. 1. We'll call this our nasty candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9th week was the run up, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could mean 6, 7, 8, 9th week, right? Does that mean that's going to happen? Absolutely not, right? But that's what happened the last time. So when we were up here, right? And we made this call and we said, hey, this is not the weekly, that you're looking for. Be careful. And everybody's like, oh, buy the dip. Boom. You saw what happened, right? Textbook. Again, textbook. The trend analysis is not perfect, right? And it's definitely not infallible by any means, but it's also, this is not my first rodeo, right? Been looking at these charts, for so many hours and so many different ways with pretty much every discipline you can imagine. I learned so much from so many amazing people and traders and analysts. I'm fully confident to do this on my own now, right? I don't need to go look at anybody else's shit, right? Now, it just so happens that some of my stuff matches some other really good analysts and traders, and those are the ones that I kind of follow or look at. But the ones that are making bullshit calls and, Ethereum to 10,000 by the end of the week and all that stuff, guys, man, isn't that shit getting old? Don't you really want to actually, work with some people that are doing some real shit rather than, paid shills? And again, not bashing any paid shills. I appreciate people making money in small businesses, and if you're into cryptocurrency, making YouTube videos and churning out a living, good for you. All more power to you. But we're gonna be realistic. Right? We're gonna be realistic, and we're gonna do exactly what we've always done, and that's try to pay the best cards we get dealt and provide good content to our members, right? People we care about, our friends and family, our circle of trust, and all the projects. Speaking of projects, shilling Uplift just all over the place. Get out there and play some Uplift. Get out there if you are into Minecraft at all, right? I have not been able to play very many video games lately, but I will be getting back on Lost Relics. I will be showing you guys Uplift. We're working on my plot. In Uplift, you can basically own land in Minecraft. There's a few servers to get in here. Own land, work the land, build stuff on it. You get paid. Other people can get paid for interacting. It's basically just like a pay, per event that you do. Click on a block, break something, you get paid. I mean, it's great. That's the stuff that you're yelling at people this is gonna change the world. No. And even on Twitter, people are, accounts that are, people that I expect should already know this stuff don't. So, early, right? We're early. Everybody's like, we're early. Well, we are. I mean, ridiculously early. As a matter of fact, if you're following me right now and have followed any of this or what I'm saying or going over or looking at right now, know that you're effing early. 2% of the entire world knows anything about this or has touched Bitcoin or uses cryptocurrency. So if you're in that 2%, you are early, right? You are a pioneer. You can do whatever the hell you want, right? Don't listen to the, echo chambers. You enjoy yourself however you see fit. Find a community, find a game, find something you love, get into it, and don't worry about the rest of it, because it's amazing how it seems to just work out in cryptocurrency. And as soon as you let yourself go and just dive into whatever it is, you're going to reap the benefits. And that's like a promise, right? Like, it's just happened to me so many times already, and I've seen it happen to other people and projects. And, even the mayor's a great example. I love the guy to death. He's like my brother. We've known each other just through crypto and like Twitter for over 5 years now. I annoy the shit out of him sometimes. We bash each other constantly. It's all good fun and banter. He's the mayor of MATIC, right? He was in the MATIC before anyone else I know, and doing the research, and he deserved to reap the rewards that he is now. And he's a huge part of our organization, our team, and a great business mind. And again, if you don't know the mayor of MATIC, make sure to go out and follow him. He's also into his own consulting works, doing all kinds of stuff. So why am I not following the mayor? I swear this is not me. So for whatever reason, I had a bunch of stuff I was following. I had a bunch of Twitter accounts like just magically unfollowed. And I even noticed that our follower account went down. I don't know, it's weird. Twitter. Oh, Jack. Yeah, he was in the news too. You can talk about Jack and bitching about VCs if you want, but let's see what Jack's spitting today. Probably bitching about more. UB, what the hell? Oh, that's an old tweet. I put out a couple of things about Jack. Jack's actually from St. Louis. I know him just from kind of some people that know him from high school. And I think, people forget that he is just a person in the end. And we hold certain people up on pillars. And Twitter is an amazing platform. It's changed the world. Jack has done some amazing things, and I give him credit for that. But also, we need to remember that he is new to Bitcoin, right? He really is. And so is Cash App. And he's building, some huge infrastructures with some big bets on Bitcoin going long term. And I agree with him on the vast majority of that. But when you get into talking about private equity money and how Ethereum is, built on venture capitalist money and blah, blah, this, and crying about stuff like that, that's where you lose me. Full disclosure, if I was talking to Jack right now face to face, I'd say the same shit. Like, dude, all of your businesses are funded by private equity money. That's venture capitalism 101. Maybe you're starting to see the light now, and congratulations. I'm glad that you're going for this decentralization effort. And I applaud you for that. And I would, help you develop Bitcoin in any way I can, but not at the cost of bashing other projects, and certainly not Ethereum, right? It just doesn't deserve that. Ethereum should be championed right now. It made it, right? I don't care what anybody says, right? Ethereum is money. It has made it. It's not going anywhere. It has cemented its place in the crypto economy and infrastructure. And that's even saying as it is now, where it's barely usable because the Ethereum gas fees are nightmarish at times. And when volume's really high, it's very difficult to mint stuff. And, it's tough to use microtransactions. The list goes on and on and on about the negatives of Ethereum when it's pumped up to this price. It doesn't matter, right? Because it works. right? It works. People use it. It works. It's money. It's tangible. There's all kinds of projects on it that are very successful that aren't going anywhere. There is metaverses, metaversi, several of them that have been very successful that aren't going anywhere. Decentraland's definitely not going anywhere. Voxel's huge. More of those things are going to pop up, not less. And those are all still, tied to that main chain. Now, will they operate on MATICs and other layer twos? Probably, because that makes more sense from a user standpoint, cost, fees, and that sort of thing. But, again, that's, it might be my personal opinion on some of that stuff, but I would never realistically think, that Ethereum is going to zero or bash it like some. I hate using the word maxis because I'm getting sick of all that too. I'm just getting sick of the secular nature of things in cryptocurrency in general. But people that bash other people's projects and networks, payment systems, you got to remember too that comes from many years of scams and people getting ripped off and rugged and whatever else you want to call it. But again, that's not how we go forward in this industry, right? Can't do things in a secular way. If you're divided, you're just not using your resources like we could. And if we really want to take it to the people that deserve some of that disruption, we're not going to be able to do it like that. Right. And even in some of these individual communities, I've been talking to some of our associates last few days, especially as we're kind of doing some introspection. Some of the problems in the communities, in my opinion, right now are that secular nature, right? Everybody's kind of in it for themselves and, hey, join my Discord and Telegram and buy our NFT. And if you're a consumer now, you're just getting inundated with that, right? From like every which way. It's coming from everywhere now, right? Buy my NFT, join my Discord, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. It is what it is. I would like to see us come together in a more community, a more efficient way of establishing community, establishing who's doing what, who's still building things. I'm not going to call anybody out, but damn, it's like, do one product well, support your community, engage with them, and everything works out for itself. It really does. And I've seen it work. And then I've seen it work and it not be appreciated, and it just literally that being thrown away for like the next cash grab, because something's more exciting or new or whatever, instead of focusing on what really matters, and that's your community. That's it. As soon as you lose your community, or you lose that faith or that trust or that, what am I trying to say, like relatability, I guess, you just lose, everything. You lose the momentum, you lose the engagement. People start going their separate ways, looking for other things. And I think if you've been around long enough, you've probably seen some of that happen too. So I digress. But that's exactly the kind of stuff we want to avoid. So as soon as you stop having fun, things become a drag. Oh man, there's just no reason to not have fun. And I've been a victim of that too. Getting caught up in social media and things that aren't, really important, or some of these, polar conversations or debates. Don't get too caught up in that. Take a deep breath sometimes. Take a step back. If you got to get away from the computer for a couple of days, do it. Whatever you got to do. Now's a good time to do it around the holidays too. So take your time away. If you need to unplug, do it. Got to find balance. Got to take care of yourself, you know, some sort of exercise, decent, healthy routine is going to benefit you. If you really want to operate at maximum efficiency, I know this is dad Biff talking, but it's the truth, right? I share my experience because I like seeing people in my network, seeing people around me be successful, and I want to share the things that have helped me, in positive ways, like this, right? Like doing trend analysis and stuff. So take care of yourself, have a healthy relationship with yourself, then that will trickle down into all of your other relationships. All right. So, actually, since we've been talking, we're catching a little uptick here in the corn. Again, I'm gonna be realistic about this, and I'm gonna say it, and then we're gonna move on and get this wheel spun here for the 25 wax. But I'm just not getting excited until we start either showing me that this is now support. We come down here and make a good bounce off of that retrace level, and actually call this liquidity. Otherwise, our liquidity, our cash pool, if you want to call it, is down here below that level, guys, and nobody wants to see us come down there. So rarely does everyone get what they want, or exactly what they think will happen. So, based on the analysis and kind of what we talked about, I'd expect a test of that 44K line, and then, and then we can get the win. That's what I'd like to see. In a perfect world, I would love to see, again, I'm not trying to wreck anybody's coins, but from a pure technical standpoint, I would love to see us come down here, retest 44, reestablish that this is concrete support. What we had here is a touch and go, right? So literally a cascade liquidation. Whatever big buy orders or market makers stepped in here at 40K and decided, that was where it ended, and then it cascaded back up. So that's what I call a touch and go. Clearly, strong support down here that initiated that cascade run back up, was probably a, liquidation kind of event back up. But that's not a confirmation of support. That's literally one bounce, right? So if you want to confirm support, you want to do what it is now, right? We're actually testing resistance now, if you want to look at it that way too. But the more times we go down here and test 44K, the more times it's likely to hold up or break and show us, a resolution. Either way was what we want to do. We want to move on to the next phase. This kind of stuff gets annoying and takes a long time, and it is what it is. But you can see we still have a pretty big range here. We can go, look more on a micromanagement level and look at that range, but I'm not going to do that right now. My advice is to just be patient, kind of watch this play out. If we go break out and, break out past 52K and bust past this 53, 54K, range, and make support on top of it, then I'll get more froggy and more excited to throw some money at some longs and stuff. But right now I'm just kind of watching. We were looking at Quick Swap too. So if you're not familiar with Quick Swap is it's almost like the Uniswap of MATIC. Right? Not almost. It is. It is the Uniswap of MATIC. And this is a very young chart, listed on Binance not very long ago. So made a huge green candle. I mean, this is like a 50% candle. Wow, it sure is. It's from 269 to almost 573 bucks. So now we're gonna go retest some support here. And if you're looking to take a flyer, man, I honestly, I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't get into more of the QuickSwap stuff. There's all kinds of liquidity provider stuff in QuickSwap as well. It's an interesting level right here at 390. That will be one we add to the watch list. I didn't get any requests for anything unusual. We already looked at MATIC. Let me make sure I got my list here. Yep, we're good. Oh, the SOS airdrop. I didn't really talk about that. You guys have any questions about that? Let us know. But obviously, that was a big airdrop in the news too. Another reason why I don't know, I can't get on the whole bashing Ethereum VCs train, because this last airdrop was literally, thousands and thousands of dollars. Some people got multiple tens of thousands of dollars in an airdrop. I mean, I got the ENS airdrop, that was over $12,000. And, it's clear, it's easy to see that you can be rewarded for participating and getting in on things early on. That's kind of the fun part about some of this stuff too. So be a triadic. Don't be afraid. And especially don't be afraid to get into something because other people aren't in it yet. I mean, that's like when you want to be in something in cryptocurrency. Like that's when you're gonna have the most reward for participation or engagement. All right. Enough ranting about markets. I think we've gone through enough there. I will get Uplift added to our website. If you have any questions, let me know. Well, maybe we'll do an article on that too. Let's get this wheel spun here real quick. So again, this is for 25 wax. And after we grab our first user here, we'll reach out to you on Twitter. We'll have 24 hours to claim. You do have to have a valid wax address. Those are the rules. Good luck. There's like 250 entries on there, so good turnout. We'll do more of these too. We don't want to be like the giveaway channel, but I know people just love giveaways and it's fun, and obviously it's holidays, so we're gonna try to put together maybe another drop or something fun for New Year's as well. So congratulations, Sumanth. I will reach out to you on Twitter, and all you got to do is either DM us or reach out to me with a valid wax address, and we will send you over 25 wax. Again, that's like 12, 13 bucks US right now, but that hit almost a buck a few weeks ago. So, I'm not gonna be surprised if wax does some pretty crazy stuff next year. Topped out around a buck, and now we're in this consolidation zone. So the daily actually looks pretty solid. The weekly looks like we might have some more chop consolidation to go. So again, if I was to make a call, right, I would want to see this going down before I make my long, which actually looks like, it might be around that 30 cent mark. That was clearly a line of interest, so retesting it might be logical. And if we were to go down 30 cents, that would be, and I would love to grab some more. But we also might just stay right here at 50 cents too. So just because this momentum indicator, is kind of pointing downward, doesn't mean the price is going to go down. So don't think of it like that. Just that's the way, use all of these tools kind of to your benefit, right? But what I like to do is kind of, compare the three of them, right? So it's like, okay, well, that's down, 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 right? So, okay, all three of them are confirming down. Till they start moving up, just not going to be real excited to, enter some kind of short-term position in that. Full disclosure though, I'm long wax forever and ever. I only want more wax. I only want to be involved in every wax project possible and every wax DeFi game that seems to blow up as soon as they launch, and I get priced out because it's so expensive to even get into some of these things. But congratulations, if you're into Farmer's World or Aliens World or, early on, people are making a lot of money, a lot of income, daily, weekly income. And I love seeing that. I love seeing people play to earn, playing games, interacting with communities and getting rewarded. I just love seeing that. So Never gets old. We will put a wax marker here. And again, don't forget, if you'd like to come out and get one of our newest NFTs, STAXX.CLUB, we're planning on doing a lot more fun, interactive NFTs. There's only 11 left, and we're only going to do, low mints. So this one's only going to be max 50. The drop ends in 3 days, on January 1st, but it's not going to make it that long. And the night before, we're not going to let it go to the end. If there's any left, we'll end up buying them in the DAO and probably giving to our members. So you're only going to have a couple of days left if you want to get one. Get out there and get it now. Here's the drop link. It's only 2 wax, so I mean, less than $1. That's the fun stuff. Fun. Congratulations against Sumanth. Thank you again for everyone for joining me. And apologies that we didn't have the mayor on tonight, but we're gonna give him a break tonight. And it's the holidays, so I guess we'll keep him around. But glad that I was able to field some of the questions and keep them coming in. The more interactive and the more questions we have and field, the more stuff that we get from our audience and from our users and viewers and subscribers and people that are interested in learning things about crypto, the more we can tailor the content to, provide you with answers to those questions. And if you have questions, there's likely that someone else does as well. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask questions. The only bad questions are the ones that are never asked. And what we do in cryptocurrency is try to provide a way for people to enter and not get their faces ripped off or make bad decisions or feel like they're alone. You're not alone. So come holler at us, hit those buttons, smash those likes and subscribes. God, it sounds cheesy to say it, but that's how we do this. We're not trying to monetize our YouTube channel, guys. We're using this for outreach, community outreach, trying to spread a message. Sure, we want to build our brand and, using money for community engagement, building funds, adding leverage, right, to things like lobbying, right? I mean, my God, politics is, I didn't even want to talk about it, but some of the questions I've asked are pretty legitimate. Like who's lobbying for human rights right now? Like human rights groups, right? Taking a back seat, and a lot of that's got to do with the medical stuff and what's going on, which is a road I'm not going to go down tonight, but you guys know, I mean, there are people in this world that need to be held accountable right now. We have the distributed ledgers and ways to publicly display fractionalized ways of using tax money and using resources to build things, to make fair and equitable communities that are sustainable for humans and for people to live and to become much, much infinitely more efficient than they are today. It really does bother me as an analyst how inefficient some things are. But oh, this office actually looks pretty good. I got a new blacklight in here, but it's a little bright, so I'm gonna work on some of the lighting. But that's what it's all about, supporting people that are doing real things, supporting projects, supporting our friends, family, people that are taking risks out there, working hard, putting content out there, trying to provide for their families, trying to get outside of the box, free from some of our corporate influence, some of our, way we've always done things, right? That's not a good excuse anymore. Let's bust through some of that status quo if we can. And if we can use cryptocurrency and payment networks that are providing us a way to share things with each other, and create economies that are global and frictionless and outside of the influence of governments and or the Federal Reserve, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So it's probably a good way to end. Guys, I love you. Again, thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, please holler at us. If you don't want to do it publicly, DM us or DM me, DM the Golden Stacks account. Jump in our Discord if you prefer that. Also our Telegram, all of our socials. Appreciate you guys following. Congratulations again to Sumanth. I will be messaging you shortly, so make sure you get back to me within 24 hours. We'll get that 25 wax over to you. If it's not claimed, though, we'll be grabbing another winner shortly. And we'll get another prize giveaway out there going soon as well. I'm just going to be giving stuff away in our Telegram, too. We're going to be loading up the CoinKit bot with wax NFTs. So grab you a wax wallet, jump on our Telegram, and come get some NFTs. If you want to get in our NFT promo, we're giving those out too. We collect 10 of those. You can blend them. And that blends right here on our Neftbox page. So that gives you the STAXX.CLUB hologram. And that's our official hologram. And there you can see there's 28 mints. So there's only 22 of those left, and once they're gone, they're gone. So I am purposely not minting those. I am letting people, find those on their own. Again, it requires 10 of our promos. They're selling for 2-3 wax right now, but we've been giving them out as incentives and rewards and things, prizes, people that are helping us promote our brand and products and people that we support within our network. So if you'd like to get in on that, all of our hologram holders get a monthly incentive, some sort of reward or prize from us. We've been giving out all kinds of stuff, coins, NFTs, things that projects that we end up in. We just like sharing things from other communities. Like there's no other organization like us really in cryptocurrency that literally shares the best of the best of what we come in contact with and who we work with and what we experience. But not only that, right? Like we also cut out the bad actors and remove the stuff that doesn't need to be there. Take out the noise. And we're also experienced, right? And let's face it, right? There's just some people in cryptocurrency that don't deserve your time, right? They don't deserve your engagement or your feedback. And there's also some people out there that are just doing things for entertainment. And if you enjoy consuming that for entertainment, great. But at the end of the day, this industry is going to grow and expand and sort of mature, right? When we get away from some of that stuff and start actually supporting each other and our communities and small businesses, for all the great things and people, and not be so secular, and stuck, rigid, maximalist, tribalistic stuff, right? That's not the answer. It's like the opposite of what I think of when I'm trying to do borderless and boundaryless stuff. So yeah, that's a good way to end, I think. Again, happy holidays, happy Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, happy New Year's. Love all you guys. Appreciate all the love and support that you have given us back. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a great day or a great evening. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time. We will announce another stream very soon. Soon we can get the mayor on here to do some interactive stuff with us as well. We'll schedule another show with him, and I appreciate you guys hitting those buttons. Right? I know we keep saying it, but that's really what's going to help us grow. So please, throw us a subscribe on YouTube, share it with your friends. If there's anything else that we can do or show or help present, let us know. All right. We will throw up the ending soon here and kick up a little music on the way out. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time. Peace.